Next up,
The
shall we talk
community is
about
all
a new
abuzz
ship?
with news of the Zorgon-Peterson Caspian Large Explorer, the first dedicated exploring ship in Elite Dangerous. Let's take a little bit of a closer look, shall we? Big news indeed, everyone. Hello, it's Ricardo, and welcome to Star Trek The Next Generation. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, that just slipped out. Hello, it's Ricardo, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Yes, folks, the Caspian Explorer has been announced for release in December 3311 or 2025. That along with a host of other updates. But let's face it, this is going to be the first large explorer dedicated ship in a game, and it seems that Frontier is now going down that dedicated route, like we saw with the Type 11 being a dedicated miner. Also produced by Zorgon-Peterson, the Caspian Explorer, tuned apparently for exploration. Some very interesting hull decals there. We can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 seats on the bridge, a bridge that looks every bit way that it's just come out of the Defiant, don't you think? Certainly does look good, and it's a move away, I think, from the traditional bridges that we've seen of Elite Dangerous. The sort of like half saucer section on the front just oozes Star Trek for me, very much like the Steamrunner class, or perhaps the early Enterprise, the NX versions. Everyone's been saying it, and I would be remiss if I didn't say it myself. Either way, Caspian Explorer, are you going to buy one? Well, I personally think it could be worthwhile a punt here. Looking at it, and especially looking at the bridge and the seat placements, I think it's a shame we can't walk around those bridges. This is a ship you'd like to explore. And whether it's that connotation with Star Trek, again, it goes without saying, it looks like an exploration ship. It really does, more so than the other ships that we've seen. And it's a large footprint. You'll be able to get all your guff in it and still get around. I just hope it's got a pretty decent jump range. But let's take a look at the pictures, get a decent picture up, and get the crayons out. So here we are then, everybody, the Caspian Explorer. And I thought I'd start from the front view because, and I say because, it's not where you'd think the bridge would be if you follow Star Trek lore. Now, this isn't a Star Trek game, I get it. But as you can see, right, straight away, there's your bridge right there. Nice big window at the front, like what we expect from Elite Dangerous. At the back panels, we've got the heat exchangers. Yes, that's a given. And you've got this very interesting sort of bulge here, haven't you? Which kind of looks like it splits apart down there. Now, I don't exactly know what you think I'm going to draw there. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying. So where you think the bridge would typically have been, in the middle, there's nothing. It's down here. So that's fair enough straight off the bat. Now, it's artist rendition, this is. So, you know, we're going to be quite limited. That could be a weapon placement there and there. And here. And here. I think that kind of goes without saying. We've got our lights to sieve your way when all lights go out in the black. And to be honest, I'm not really getting much from it. There's some very interesting, like you said, hull plating placements here. But, you know, what's the purpose of this in the middle? I don't know. Let's move to a different view. Just so happens here's one I made earlier. So again, we've got, you know, the heat exchangers over there. So we're going to have a bit of a markup there. Of course, we've got the logos there. Heat exchangers over there. Is that an engine cowl, you would think then? Kind of looks like it is, doesn't it? With the haunches. This here is very much, these sections here, look. That's very NX Enterprise. Right there, that is. You just have a look at the NX Enterprise, Archer's Enterprise, and you'll see what I mean. That looks like a hard point. That looks like a hard point as well. It looks like those are doors. There's like a line right in there. You know, I don't know. Is there a line there? We'll have to wait and see. If I was going to be a guessing person, I would say those things down there could possibly be hard points on the side. But again, artist rendition, I'm not getting an awful lot from it, if I'm to be honest. So let's take a look at the bridge then. That, right there, look at that. That is very, very Star Trek. And this, around the sides, very Star Trek indeed. What we want now is a bit of a coffee machine there to get your tea Earl Grey hot. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know, we're not getting much from it either. Then we've got some panels here, there, and everywhere. One elevated seat. And then, you know, 3 others around. You've got the sort of like the helm and weapons, science. And then the big man or lady in the middle. You know, the captain. The captain, as they say. Either way, nice place to be. Nice place to be. Now, looking from the other angle, yeah, kind of more of the same, really. You know, if only we could get out and walk around these bridges and ships. And like I said, this could be a nice ship set out to explore the inside of while you're on those long, lonely halls here, there, and everywhere, exploring the black. From this side, good use there, I think, of, you know, venting. Definitely a nacelle aspect going on. Do these move in and out? Do you know what I mean? Do you see that? It looks like it moves in and out. I wonder if it's a large ship. You go into land. These go in Battlestar Galactica style. Reimagined Battlestar Galactica style. Ron Moore Battlestar Galactica style, if you know what I mean. And see, in there you get a better view of those haunches going up to the engines. Of course, this is complete conjecture. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, that bit here says Deep Space Nine Runabout class. Do you know what I mean? Just that little aspect there says runabout to me. But it certainly looks like those go in and out. Certainly does. Certainly does. So let's cancel that one. Okay, go back to our original picture. Let's go to the next one. So from the back, can't really see much. By the look of it now, those probably aren't hard points. Thrusters? Could well be. Looks like thrusters to me on further inspection. Thrusters, 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 all of the thrusters and thrusters, which means the hard points, I've no idea where they're going to be. Artist impression, you see. Okay. These definitely go in, I would say. I would be very surprised if they didn't. Looking from this angle, we can see cargo, SRV or fighter bay. And what the hell's this down here? Bit of a fuel scoop. And you can see there, look, you can see that entire thing there. I reckon that definitely goes in to get you in and out the mail slot. Hard point, perhaps, there and there. Very sort of Archer's Enterprise, if it is, I would say. Wonder how much weapons this has got for a large ship. A large explorer. I mean, commanders are going to do whatever they want to do with it. Let's be fair. But, you know, I'm not going to feel cheated when I get my hands on this in December. I really am not. So we've got the lights, got the cockpit. Thrusters then. We're saying those are thrusters, not hard points, which to be in hindsight probably are. Wonder what's going on here. Strange. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's move on to our next picture. What we got? So, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the landing legs. Liking that. No problem. Entrance and egress by there, is it? Kind of looks like, doesn't it? That looks like the ramp to me. Suppose we'll have to wait and see on that one. And they say it's pretty good for when you're landing because it's got quite a nice footprint. So you'll be able to navigate over rocky terrain. Get those first footfalls, commanders, if you know what I mean. Yeah, quite like the engine configuration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it. I mean, a good old picture of the landing struts. Doesn't do it for me, that. Yeah, definitely thrusters. Six engines at the back. What are these? Interesting. Probably just, you know, design stuff from the art department. Well, what are you thinking of the Caspian Explorer? I like it. Now, a lot of people say, oh, yeah, well, you're going to say that because you're an elite dangerous partner. But no, do you know what? When it came to the Cobra Mark V, I was like, meh. When I came to the sort of like, you know, the good old Beaky, the Corsair, meh. Even the Panther is hardly a Panther. It looks more than a frog. This is something I can see myself spending an awful lot of time in, to be honest. You know, a hell of a lot of time in it. I like it. It's nice. Anyway, what are you thinking? December, not long to wait, not to ask Father Christmas for, don't you really? Or whoever it is you think brings you presents at the Yule period. Frontier are going to make a lot of money here, I think. As long as there's gameplay to support it. And then early 2026, we should be having Odyssey operations. And that's something I really am looking forward to. I've been Ricardo. This has been a look through at the concept footage that we've had of the Zorgon-Peterson Caspian Explorer, the first large dedicated ship in game from Elite Dangerous. Got to say first. Let me know what you think. See you soon.